Hey, this is Lucky Yates.
Hey there, this is Jimmy Simpson.
Hello, this is Brad Sherwood.
Hi, this is Claire Coffee.
This is Andy Daly. Hey there, this is Kevin Durant.
Hi, I'm Chris Parnell.
Hey, this is TJ Fine.
Hey y'all, this is David Hoffman. You are listening to Next Level Radio. Have fun.
It's time for the Showcast. And now, here they are, those pop culture junkies and your hosts, Ben Beck, Adam Gorey, and Steve Richards.
All right, welcome into another Showcast Spotlight here on the Next Level Podcast Network. And tonight's episode, we are chatting with someone we actually had the pleasure of meeting. And once we did, we knew we had to get him on the podcast. And we kind of wanted to before that anyway, but that kind of just reassured it. But so here we are. And from AMC's Comic Book Man, which is actually returning for its 6th season this Sunday at 12:40 a.m. Welcome to the podcast, Ming Chen. Ming, how's it going, man?
What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys very much. It's a huge honor. I know we met, but I love fellow podcasters. But we're all in the same family.
Oh yeah, it's a sweet community. It's kind of like, it's not really competitive, and I think it's because, like, honestly, I mean, we put out a podcast, once a week on average. Probably it's like a half hour, 45 minutes. There's 24 hours in a day, so there's no need to compete with other podcasts. Like, I think we all just kind of support each other. Yeah, and we all have our own unique voices. So it just at the end of the day, it's just fun. It's just fun. I love it. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, I know I had met you at Harrisburg Comic-Con. Ben and I met you again at Heroes and Villains in New York, New Jersey. I know in Harrisburg, we met you actually. I interviewed Katrina Law before the con started, and my wife was with me as she was dressed up as Felicity Smoke.
Oh yeah,
so you guys came over and chatted with us, which is cool.
I'm a big Emily Bett Rickards fan, so I noticed no disrespect, but all the respect for her cosplay was spot on, man.
Oh yeah,
it looks great. But I'm a big fan of geeky geniuses, shall we say? So her character in Arrow stands out highly to me personally.
I know you travel the cons a lot too, and I think she's done a couple. Have you had the opportunity to meet her yet?
No, I have not. I've met a lot of the other Arrowcasts, but yeah, she does a few, but not a lot. So I'm hoping that I'll cross paths with her one day.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, and I should mention, I didn't mention this in the intro, but Ming was nice enough to join us via Skype. Free plug for Skype, and you can tell the audio quality is much better than via phone. So we do appreciate that.
Yeah, good stuff. I want to be crystal, man. I want everyone to hang on every word that we say.
Well, I mean, as a fellow podcaster too, you gotta, as well as I do, the value of Skype and the audio quality that it provides.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if you're recording a podcast, or if any kids out there listening want to start their own podcast, invest in good microphones. I can't stress that enough. You want a podcast on a beat up card table, in a dank basement, go ahead and buy good mics, though.
Are you speaking from experience of a broken down card table, maybe from a certain show that you're on?
Absolutely. It's fun. If you anybody watches Comic Book Man, in between scenes, we cut to our podcast set, which is on a poker table. It's Kevin, me, Mike, Brian, and Walt. And people always come in the store like, wow, where is that? I don't see it here. Is that in the basement or something? I'm like, no, they actually built a set 2 doors down from the store, but it's modeled after the beat-up poker table that you see in the back of the actual comic book store, where we record multiple podcasts every week. So
that was actually a question I was going to ask too, because I was wondering that myself. I've been to Secret Stash before, which is where you guys filmed the show, and I've been there. It's been years since I've been there, though. I mean, it's God, I think it was right after Dogma was filmed, because I remember in a glass case there being a bloody Mubi statue.
Yes,
in the store. Is that still there?
We auctioned that off. There was a period a few years ago where I think, if you remember, I think Kevin was like, "I'm done with filmmaking." Yeah, and he started auctioning off a lot of his props. So that went. We kept a lot of them too, but that one went off in the auction. So somebody has that on their dining room table somewhere as a centerpiece, which is kind of cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but it made me wonder, too. It made me curious from watching the show and everything if you guys actually filmed or recorded in the store. But now we know. It's a couple blocks down the way, or a couple doors down.
I like to describe it as the if you watch Wayne's World, they built their basement like on a set, and Garth is like, I'm looking at our basement, but it's not our basement. Yeah, they're sort of, that's the only other than that, that's the only one kind of like Wayne's World, like Hollywood version that we have to deal with. Other than that, the store is a working comic book store. We really work there. If you come in on any weekday, we're all there, except for Brian, who just kind of wanders in and out at his leisure. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, you watch any other show, there a lot of it's either scripted or, I mean, you can kind of tell that they're making up situations and stuff, and I just get to be me. So
yeah, so, like Pawn Stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, so all that ribbing you see me getting from mainly Walt and Brian, like that's real, man. those guys have been giving me grief for it'll be 2016 is going to mark the 20th anniversary of me taking crap from Brian and Walt. So.
The recording that you guys do in between scenes, is that available to listen to? Is there usually more to that, or is that pretty much just for the show?
That's pretty much for the show, so we can kind of expand on what's going on and what's going on in the show. But for people who are wondering, you're like, hey, where's that podcast? We want to listen to it. I started a Comic Book companion podcast called The Secret Stash, which you can find on iTunes or SoundCloud or any podcast aggregator. And that's kind of, I call it the low-rent Talking Dead of comics. Where it's usually me and Mike, and if there's any guests on the show on that particular episode, or anybody who can kind of expand on things that people brought in, we do a companion podcast. So definitely worth a listen.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll have to send some people to check that out. I'll check that out myself too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, with the show being in its 6th season, I'm sure you've been asked this before, but like, how did it kind of come to be? Did someone approach Kevin and Kevin approached you guys, or how did that work?
Yeah, the original idea was they were looking for a show to air between seasons of The Walking Dead. For some reason, they thought the only people watching Walking Dead were comic book fans. So they wanted a comic book-based show to keep their interest until the next season aired. So they went to King Geek himself, Kevin Smith, and they were kind of like, well, what would you do? How would you, if you have carte blanche to do a show revolving around comic books, what would you do? And he was just kind of like, the show Pawn Stars? Why don't you rip them off? But instead of like muskets and like replicas of the Declaration of Independence, why don't you just focus it around comic books and pop culture and toys? And AMC was like, wow, that's a great idea. So they brought him on board, and that became Comic Book Men. Once AMC figured out that people were watching The Walking Dead because it was freaking awesome, they decided to put us on after Walking Dead instead of between seasons. And thank God they did that, because now we follow the hottest TV show on the planet.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's absolutely no better lead-in. Have you, I mean, Ben mentioned your con circuits that you do. Have you ever done a Walker Stalker convention?
Oh, yeah. I started doing Walker Stalker. It's the second one they ever did. And I've been doing them ever since. I try to go to every one.
Oh, yeah, because they just had the one out our way, a couple weeks ago, Ben?
Oh, yeah.
In Oaks.
Over in Oaks. Yeah, I love them. I love the Walker Stalker cons. I love all the people who run it. And I love the cast members who show up. They're really cool. I think a lot of them just have great attitudes. And, I've been to cons, from the early days onward to now. Along the way, you meet a lot of the people who are there who clearly don't want to be there. I'm not going to name names, but some of them you can see they're just there for the money.
Yeah.
All the Walking Dead cast members are, they make a buck as they're entitled to do, but they love being there. They love meeting their fans. So that's a great convention. If you're any kind of Walking Dead fan, you want to go to that con. And looks like they're spreading out not only all over the U.S., but they're going international as well.
Yeah,
so,
they're going. I think they're going to
right?
London next year. There's a cruise in March or February or March. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Cruises in general are awesome.
Yeah,
not to mention.
Yeah, but this one, if you want to be stuck in a boat for 3 days with Norman Reedus, here's your
exactly. It's and it's funny too, because FanFest they're the ones that run that con, and they also do the Heroes and Villains con where we met you, and I just finally got my foot in the door with them. At the Walker Stalker in Oaks, I moderated for my first time. and I got to moderate apparently what's one of the most challenging people to moderate, and it was Michael Rooker.
Oh yeah, we're brothers, my friend. They asked us to moderate his panel. We were given a warning. We were like, listen, this isn't your normal panel. This is, you might come out bruised. He may draw blood, and it's going to be insane. And I'm like, I got this. And then, sure enough, he almost threw me through a table. There was a self-defense demonstration where I was a dummy, and everyone had a great time. God, man, and now I request to moderate his panel. I just, I make sure my health insurance is paid up, and it's great. I don't know if he hit you over the head with a bat, but he's such a fun panel. Everyone who comes leaves with something, whether it be a bruise or just a good time.
Yeah, I had my leg grabbed at one point when he was showing something about how he saved somebody's life wearing a costume who was drowning, and it was great because I got the same warning. I was told it's very unexpected. He gets very all over the place, but I had a very subdued Michael for the first portion, actually most of that panel until maybe the last 7 to 10 minutes when he just hops off into this crowd with the microphone and just sticks it in people's faces and goes to town. But I had an absolute blast, and I think you're going to be attending too. I got the invite from FanFest to come down and moderate more panels in Atlanta for Heroes and Villains in next month. So
I'll be there. Atlanta is one of my favorite cities, so we're going to have a great time.
Yeah, man, we'll have to grab a drink or something while we're out there.
Absolutely.
I've never been to Atlanta either, so it's
it's a fun city, my friend. There's this place called the Claremont Lounge. Look it up, and then thank me later. Hopefully we both wind up there on the same night.
There we go. That'd be fun.
Well, I mean, mention how cool Michael Rooker is. Are there any other people you've met out at the concert that you've gotten a chance to hang out with and kind of become friends over the years?
I think Walking Dead wise, Michael Cudlitz, who plays Abraham, one of the coolest guys I've ever met. Not only is it about whiskey and cigars, but he's the man. He's like a manly dude, and he's just a cool guy that I've gotten to know, just by going to cons, I love his Abraham character on Walking Dead, obviously.
Absolutely.
But him as a person is just one of the coolest guys you could ever meet. Lately, I'm running into Stan Lee. I think this is one of his last years for cons, so that's one that I'm very fortunate that I get to see every so often. A lot of people. I recently met at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh yeah,
who is a great guy. I just saw him. Him and Sean Astin have been on a couple episodes of Con Men with Alan Tudyk from Firefly,
which is a fantastic show too. By the way,
if you haven't watched it, find access to it. It's not the easiest show to find, but it's all about the convention life and what it's like to be a guest at.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch too. I know Adam and I, he's actually become a friend of ours through the podcast too. But we're pretty friendly with Drew Powell from Gotham.
Oh yeah, Drew Powell, another one of those guys who just gets it, has a great time at cons, and is just a great guy in general. These are the kind of people that you want to meet at conventions. And Drew Powell from Gotham is plays Butch Gilzean. Great, super great guy.
Do you watch all those DC shows and everything?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Some of them I have to catch up on. Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. I'm behind on Supergirl. Not only do I watch them, so I know what all the people that I'm seeing at cons are up to. But now Kevin's directing episodes and everything now, so it's kind of and they're great shows. I love the Flash. I think Arrow's great.
Oh God, yeah, Flash is my favorite. I think on TV right now.
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's really great. We live in a great time, my friends. I'm probably a little older than you guys, but when I was growing up, we had The Incredible Hulk was good with Bill Bixby, and but before that, there was this horrible Spider-Man live-action show, which was really bad. If you haven't seen it, look that one up. And we just didn't have a lot to watch. It was pretty bad. So now that we have all these really great, accurate TV shows that are drawing from the comic book storylines as source material and are well acted and well funded. It's great. I'm in heaven right now, TV wise.
And I can't keep up.
It's hard to keep up, but it's just I'm just so appreciative that these shows are out there now and they're being made by people who get it.
This is non comic book related, but have you seen Westworld?
I'm just about to watch Westworld, and I think based on an old 70s movie of the same name.
Yeah.
But now with the 2016 budgets and CGI and technology and storytelling, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I'm an episode behind, but it's really good.
I'm a fan. I'm completely caught up.
I mean, you mentioned how good just TV in general right now is just it's hard to watch all the good shows that there are.
Yeah, it's great. HBO's killing it. Game of Thrones. We're living in a great time for TV, and it's an honor to have like a show on TV that even like a tenth as much as say Gotham or Game of Thrones. And kind of in that pop culture world, like it's a huge honor.
Yeah. You mentioned, how you guys are on after Walking Dead now and everything, and I have to imagine you're a fan and you watch the show, obviously. So we're before the season premiere is getting ready to air, right before you guys premiere. I'm asking your personal opinion, because this isn't a spoiler, because nobody knows the answer yet at this point.
And just to clear, I don't know either. Everyone's been after me. They're like, right? You're in the AMC family. Like, they told you, right? I'm like, no. Why?
Why would they?
Why would they tell me? It's so weird. Like I read a whole article about how tight they're keeping the security. So no screeners, which is pretty unorthodox. Usually the press gets screeners so they can write early reviews. Like no screeners. If you remember last year at the New York Comic Con, they did a whole like fan premiere. They nixed that, because they didn't want it to get out. And
well, even at Walker Stalker in Oaks this past year, they would not allow any current cast members to be on any panels or do any interviews with press.
Yeah, just in case it slipped. Like they had it on lockdown. I think they sent the episode to a select few dubbing houses for the overseas market, and they're like, listen, if you leak anything, we're killing you. Like
confidentiality waivers out the ass when they send them to those people.
Yeah, so I have no idea to preface that. But that being said, my personal opinion is they've probably followed the path of the comic books, and unfortunately, I in my heart I believe my favorite character Glenn probably got the other end of the bat.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed because I think if they follow the show or they follow the comic book, because they nailed Negan, in my opinion. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was perfect for that, and I think if they follow the comic book, Glenn is it. But in a recent interview that Norman Reedus did on Fallon, he said that people are going to end up kicking their TV because of the effects of this, and I kind of feel like we're all expecting a death, and we're all expecting it. For the most part, most of us are probably anticipating it to be Glenn because that's who it is in the comic books. So I kind of feel like the writers almost had to step it up a little bit to surprise them. Yeah. So I'm actually believing that there's going to be more than one.
I feel the same way. Now, whether they both meet the fate of the bat or something else. I think there'll be more than one death when we tune in on Sunday night. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you mentioned him earlier, but the running tally for everybody that I talked to, they believe it's going to be Abraham, which I would be very disappointed.
That would be crushing. I will kick my TV.
I mean, he has some of the best one-liners, from Porch Dick to Bisquick. He's got some of the best one-liners in that show.
Yeah, and I know, Rick is a tough guy. Daryl's a tough guy, but I think Abraham brings that, that pure like kind of manliness to the show, which I would definitely miss if he's not there anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So, going back a little bit too, I know one of the things that I read up about you, and you never 100% trust anything you read on the internet until you get it right directly from the person. You, from what I read, you're starting with Kevin Smith. You started as a fan.
Yes, exactly. This was way back in 1996. I was just seeing the movie Clerks, and I was bored one day and made a fan website. And this is back in the very early days of the internet.
Yeah,
there weren't that many websites out there. Some guy showed me how to put up a website, and I was really bored, so I created a Clerks fan website. And about a month or two later, he saw it in an internet cafe when those existed, and he found my contact information and gave me a call. Told me he had just shot Mallrats. He's about to go into production on Chasing Amy. He was starting his own production company, and he not only wanted a website for himself, but he wanted a way to communicate with fans. Mm-hmm. His original idea was to have some kind of chat room, kind of like AOL had back in those days. And I suggested doing a message board instead, and that's what happened. And he was really one of the first celebrities to interact with his fans. So that's Kevin's always been just a little bit ahead of its time. So that message board we had way back then, it looks almost exactly like Reddit does now. So basically, Kevin was doing his own Ask Me Anythings like way back in 1996. Yeah. And the podcasting thing, he started way back in 2007. So I mean, almost 10 years ago. So he's always been ahead of its time.
Yeah. Right. I kind of mark him along with Chris Hardwick as two of the very early pioneers of podcasting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we started in 2013.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was even like podcasts were starting to kind of flood the iTunes then, and now it's just like it's easy to do, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, now we're gods, man. People look up to us, so great.
That's got to be really cool, though. I mean, I can't imagine being a fan of Kevin's as much as I am, too, and as I'm sure you were back when Clerks came out. Like, I can't imagine how it would be, if I got a phone call or something from Kevin pertaining to that. So I can't imagine what that was like for you when that happened.
Yeah, do you think it was like a prank call or something?
Oh, yeah, although I was like, wait a minute, Silent Bob doesn't talk. But, I've seen it in some interviews. He did have that one line in Clerks, so it was definitely him. Back then, I think there were two people who I really wanted to meet: Kevin Smith and Quentin Tarantino. Pulp Fiction had just come out, so I got one of them, and later on I met the other one, so that was cool. Now with Twitter, and it's pretty easy to get in touch with your favorite director, actor, filmmaker, creator of whatever you love, and I notice now a lot of these guys will hire their fans to do stuff for them or with them. So it's pretty cool to see how that's progressed.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to get Kevin for a while, but he's just so busy with everything that he does, and we'd love to talk to him one day, but we're just happy to see the work that he's putting out because we're still fans.
Yeah, he's a nut. He's a nut for sure.
Yeah, I mean that Flash episode from last season was just spot on.
Yeah, probably one of my favorite episodes so far.
It might be my favorite.
I believe it was entitled "The Good Dinosaur."
Yep.
I encourage anybody out there to look that one up and watch it. It's a great episode. I believe he just wrapped on shooting his second episode of The Flash, and he's moving on to an episode of Supergirl. So pretty soon he'll be directing all these at least an episode of all these comic book based TV shows.
Did he do one? Did he do one of Arrow, or is
not
he going
yet?
to?
I won't be shocked if you see that announcement within a year that he'll be over at Starling City, not failing the city with Oliver Queen.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. In regards to you had said you got a chance eventually to meet Quentin Tarantino. I know even on the show, with Comic Book Men, you guys get to meet a lot of people. I think one episode, I saw Peter Mayhew on.
Yep.
Has there anybody that's come in that you kind of got actually like nervous with when they came in?
I think most of them I do, but Stan Lee was definitely the big one.
Yeah,
they were just kind of when Stan gets here, meet him at the door, bring him in, greet him, and walk him to the back. And that got me very nervous. I mean, that the man is a god.
Yeah.
He's created all our favorite characters and properties, and I didn't know if he would be that guy, that Excelsior, that guy, just having fun, and he totally was. So that was totally cool. Anybody from the Star Wars universe, I get very starstruck around. Just from 4 years old on, like Star Wars has been my life.
Oh
so
yeah,
that was cool. So Billy D. Williams came in. Peter Mayhew. We've had some pretty cool Star Wars alumni come on. And you mentioned at the beginning of this episode, you were interviewed Katrina Law.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to all the conventions that we've attended, I got to use my con connections and bring her onto the show as well. So
cool.
She's actually on this season, which made me very happy.
She's so cool. She's so nice.
Really is. She really is. She is not only one of my favorite people in the world, but I mean, she's her characters on Arrow and Spartacus, and now in the upcoming Training Day, they're just fantastic. She just makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, I interviewed her at Harrisburg, and then she was actually at Heroes and Villains as well, and we were on our way. So you probably know this, but anyone listening, I don't know if we've mentioned it on previous podcasts, but so there was a hotel next to the convention, so we were actually on our way to interview Drew in the lobby of the hotel, or in their little like sitting area, and in the little alleyway we ran into Katrina on the way there, and like I guess she was friends with Drew. They were talking for a little bit, and she remembered us, and I think that was the first time, Ben, you had met her, but she still gave you a big hug.
Yeah, she still gave me like a huge hug and everything, and then at the end, and before we left too, we made sure to go over and say goodbye to her and everything, and she came out from behind the table, gave us hugs again, and she's just. I've told Adam this before too, and I think I've admitted this on the podcast before, but I'm so smitten with her.
Oh, I think we all are.
How can you not be?
Yeah,
I think my wife is.
Yeah, it's great. It's like everyone loves her, and my friends, there is nothing better than a hug from Katrina Law. Let me go on record as saying that. So.
So we've talked about. I mean, we've talked about a lot of the how good a lot of the shows are and everything like that, and even the movies, especially with the DC's hit or miss, but with Marvel, I mean, they've just been killing it. But one thing I wanted to ask you, at least before we wrap at some point, do you have a favorite rendition of comic book, either movie or show, and then a least favorite?
Yeah, most favorite, probably the first Iron Man. I think they nailed every note of Iron Man mythology, and Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Yes, he really is.
Absolutely.
There is no doubt about that. But they got the suit right, they got the movie right, they got the origin story right. It was just it's almost perfect, that first Iron Man.
That put Marvel movies really on the map.
Yeah, that really elevated it, and so that's definitely one of my favorite comic book movies. Least favorite, that's a good one. Green Lantern wasn't that great. Actually, the most recent Fox Fantastic Four.
Oh my God!
Absolutely god awful. It came up on an airplane movie menu, and I had like 3.5 hours to kill, and I'm like, you know what? I'm already tortured here, sitting in a flying. How much worse could it be? And it was pretty bad.
I had an advanced screening of that, because we do film reviews on our website too, so we get to go to a lot of advanced screenings. And I went to an advanced screening of it. I think it was on a Wednesday night when the movie opened on Friday, and it was a very limited screening, meaning there was no public. It was just press, and there was maybe only 25 of us in the theater. And so we were all spread out among the theater, and the Fox representative who was there said, we'd like to get your thoughts after the movie is over, so stop by and see us.
Oh, God.
I did everything I could to avoid that woman at the end, because I was always brought up, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And you're right, that movie was god-awful.
Yeah, in the end, I mean, that came out, 2015, 2014? In this day and age, there should not be any bad comic book movies anymore. It's just frustrating to fans like us, because you have the backstories of the characters, you have great storylines to pull from, and if you, as a director, if you want to get really lazy and you don't want to do any work, you have it all storyboarded for you. Just look at the comic books.
Yeah, it's absolutely like lazy filmmaking if you make a bad one.
Stop trying to change the origin. Stop telling the origin stories. Everyone knows already. Yeah. Go, tell a little flashback, or do it in 2 minutes, whatever. But quit trying to play around with it so you can sell more toys.
I like how Deadpool did it.
Yeah, Deadpool was great, man.
That's such a good movie.
Deadpool, great. And Ryan Reynolds, they had to fight for that version too, which pains me. But thank God they did. Thank God they did. And yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds had seen what happened with Green Lantern. He was like, this will never happen again. Not on my watch. You want me in there? I'm a fan. I can tell you what I want and how we're going to do this, and you'll make your money.
Yeah.
Just listen. Quit trying to sell toys. Like
I've said it before. I mean, it's like with Deadpool, they had to make it rated R. It's like it's almost like if you go back to the Wesley Snipes Blade. Like, could you imagine if that movie was like PG-13 or something?
Oh god, yeah, there'd be no blood, there'd be no fight scenes.
Would have been awful.
Yeah, there'd be nothing. So, I'm glad Ryan Reynolds. I'm glad they stuck to their guns, and it worked out for everybody, and it's going to continue to work out for us. So
yeah. I don't know. It was just recently released this morning, actually, and I don't even know if you've had a chance to see it too. But another rated R.
I did. I know what you're going to say.
Marvel movie that's going to be coming out. Not Marvel Studios, but I think it's Sony or 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
The new Logan.
Yeah, looks
film
great.
Trailer. I think it looks fantastic. I love that they're going into the Old Man Logan storyline.
Yeah.
And again, it's another movie that's going to be rated R, and I think it's going to help the movie.
And you had to play Johnny Cash's Hurt with that trailer.
Yes. That movie trailer had me with the first notes of Hurt.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
The Old Man Logan storyline, if you haven't read it, I implore you to go to your local comic book store. You can pick up the first trade paperback for, I think, $14.99. It'll be the best $15 you've ever spent. And it is great. The movie looks like they're going to base it on that. They don't have all the rights to all the characters that they use in Old Man Logan. Hulk and Hawkeye are the two big omissions, but it looks like they're going to come as close as they can with the rights that they have, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And the new Guardians trailer came out this week.
Yeah, that. And again, I love how Marvel is taking little-known characters and blowing them up and making them beloved. And Guardians and Ant-Man were two of the ones I think they knocked out of the park.
Yeah,
I was such a fan of Ant-Man. I know it didn't
I think it's
do
underrated.
as well as other ones, but I was such a fan of that movie. I think Paul Rudd was perfect.
Well,
casting
his appearance too in Civil War was great.
Yeah, it was great. If all of Ant-Man led up to just led up to what his role in Civil War, then it was totally worth it.
Exactly.
So, can I just say too? This popped into my head and right at the moment too. So far, this is already turning into one of my favorite interviews because we're getting to geek out with the guest.
It's great, isn't it? And then
it
now,
is.
and we got a whole TV show out of it. So
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, we haven't even dived into it yet, but Adam mentions with the DC films, they're kind of hit or miss. What have your opinions been on those so far?
That's like, you got it exactly right. They've been hit or miss. Batman vs Superman had a lot of great moments, but it wasn't a great movie, and we all wanted it to be a great movie. The battle was great. Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot was amazing. That was my favorite part of the movie. And then the whole Martha thing, maybe not the best way to go. And there are a lot of bones to pick about that movie. So it was, in my opinion, it was good, but it wasn't great like we all wanted it to be. Same thing with Suicide Squad. There were a lot of weird directions, a lot of weird decisions, and it's these are beloved properties that you and I and a lot of people have been reading for years, just waiting for them to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on a film franchise, and when they don't get it right, it's frustrating. And that being said, though, with the announcement that Jeff Johns has taken over the film division, I think that's going to mark a huge turn in DC movies.
Oh, that's going to make things so much better.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. I know he was probably a consultant on Green Lantern, and I think they were kind of like, hey, the guy who knows everything about Green Lantern has written a lot of great stories is here. If you want to consult him, here's his number, give him a call. And they probably never, obviously they never called him. So now he's in charge. And I think we're going to see a huge shift in DC, in the DC movie universe.
The Wonder Woman, the trailer for that when it came out looks phenomenal. Yeah,
it looks great. Period piece, World War I battles with Wonder Woman laying waste to people. It's going to be fantastic. Moving forward, we got another Batman with Ben Affleck. We got the Justice League movie. I think they're we got so many great characters. Cyborg. We got so many great DC characters that I think things are about to get better, my friends.
In your opinion, should they have tried to work some of the CW DC guys into the movies? Like
100%, absolutely. I don't know why they're not doing it.
Yeah.
One, you're confusing. Listen, people are stupid. I'm not gonna make any bones about it. And people are gonna get confused. It's like they're gonna be watching Justice League. Like, where's Grant Gustin? Where's where are these? Where are they? Like, why not use the same character? he's a great Barry Allen. He's a great Flash. Why not use him? So I'm sure the guy that I can't remember his name, but I'm sure he's great.
I think it's Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
Ezra Miller.
Right,
Yeah.
Ezra Miller. I'm sure he's great, but they built up a couple seasons of the Flash. Why not use him? He's a perfectly capable actor.
I agree.
Great
100%.
suit. And I just don't know why they're not. Marvel's doing it. Marvel's done.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's like with Man of Steel. Like I'll freely admit I wasn't a huge fan of Man of Steel, and I grew up on Superman, so I was very disappointed with the film. But then you have Supergirl, and I don't know if you're caught up on it yet. But Supergirl in the season premiere of this second season did in 40 minutes what so far the films have not been able to do, and that's reinvigorate my love for Superman.
Yeah, it's great, and no spoiler, but they replicated that Crisis cover, which that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what we need more of.
But just the personality and the character of Superman with Tyler Hoechlin playing him in Supergirl, just brought it all back, and my love for Superman was renewed in 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's great, and there's no reason why they can't stay on that track. So
yeah, exactly. Switching gears real quick back to the show, and I'm curious about something because I always see all these weird things, coming in and things I've never even heard of and things I've never seen. Has anybody ever brought anything into the show to sell or anything into the store to sell that you yourself immediately figured you had to have that after it was bought?
Yeah, there are a couple of them. One I think was in season 3 where the G.I. Joe USS Flag aircraft carrier came in.
I remember that one too.
Yeah, and I'm an '80s kid, so that was like one of the first toys to almost cross the $100 mark. That was one of the biggest toys, still one of the biggest toys ever created. It's over 7 feet long.
Yeah,
and G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe was my life back in 1983 to about 1987. So that was a holy grail. That was I wanted that thing so bad when I was about 9 years old, and with the price point and the amount of space it took off, there was no way my parents were getting it.
Do you imagine how much it would cost today?
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, and even now, so about 30 years later, I finally bought. I bought it, set it up, and I love it. Finally got it. Sometimes you don't get what you want immediately, but eventually you do get it, which is what I love so much about the show. And that was definitely one of them. There are a couple items I buy this year, which you'll see, which are like absolutely totally awesome that I'm very proud to own. I'm not gonna spoil them, but I believe they've made the cuts, so you'll see that. But definitely that anything G.I. Joe is right in my wheelhouse. Even if I owned it, or I own it now, or I did own it back then, I want all of it back.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, so maybe I'm trying to think how old I was. Maybe in late elementary school or early middle school, my dad actually started to recollect the G.I. Joes, and in our one room, they were just so many G.I. Joes all on a shelf. And they were out of the box, so it wasn't anything like that, but it was kind of cool to see how huge G.I. Joe was back then.
Yeah, and those G.I. Joe toys had so much detail. All the characters had carefully written backstories. If you look at the vehicles, you can see steam pipes and electrical wiring.
Yeah,
they just don't do that anymore, and it's great. And I loved it as a kid, and I still continue to love it now.
Well, I'm trying to think back to any toys that I would think from, because I'm a little older than Adam. I'm 36, so I don't know how close I am in age to you, Ming. But it's there's a couple toys that I remember. Obviously, I remember Castle Grayskull growing up.
Yeah, He-Man, Thundercats, Transformers.
There was an old game that I remember playing when I was younger, and I remember really, really wanting, and finally got it. And I was at a convention earlier this year called Too Many Games that was also in Oaks. And I saw somebody actually had it, and I was very tempted to buy it, even though I knew I'd never play it. It would stay in the box. But it was an old game called Fireball Island.
Yes, I remember Fireball Island. I think
you remember
I remember Fireball Island for sure. And you never know. I've been known to buy some vintage games myself. There was one called Dark Tower with this huge electronic computerized tower in the middle. And a couple of years ago, I went on eBay and paid $200 for it, and made all my friends get drunk at a party and play it once. And we had the greatest time. Old stuff is cool, man.
Yeah,
stuff is cool.
Look, those are the best kind of parties. First off,
Yeah.
Get drunk and play games.
Yeah, and I have a couple kids now, and I buy them toys, and I'm like, man, this stuff is garbage. Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then we had all these little pieces that kept getting lost. So when we try to get it now, we want it complete. I mean, it's always a quest for something.
Yeah.
Do you let them play with your G.I. Joe carrier?
Oh, yeah. I'll let them play. I mean, I'm not. They don't make them that tough anymore, so they're not going to break it.
That's true.
Yeah. Now everything is like, oh, it's dangerous. It's a choking hazard. We all survived.
Oh yeah. We rode bikes without helmets.
Yeah.
I made my own like 10-foot ramps, and we were all stuntmen growing up, and it made us tougher.
Look, now I have a toddler right now, and I honestly I don't know how my parents got me through toddlerhood alive, because toddlers are just crazy.
Yeah, I think we just we fell down, we got bumps and bruises, and we got back up and kept going, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, I may have hit my head a few times. Well, hey, before we let you go, I do want to give you a chance to talk about your podcast with Mike, ISO Comics, because I know you do that one. That's on iTunes and everything like that. Do you do any other podcasts besides that one?
Yeah, me and Mike are actually running there's ISO Comics, which is on Kevin Smith's Smodcast Network, where we talk about pop culture and the weekly comic book releases. We started with another one called The Ming and Mike Show, simply called The Ming and Mike Show, where we talk about whatever we want. So, we bust each other's balls, and that one's a lot of fun. Look up the Secret Stash podcast, which is the Comic Book Man companion podcast, if you want a little more in-depth view on some of the items and some of the situations that happen on the show. And those are the three I'm doing weekly now, which is plenty, I think.
Yeah, yeah. We know that feeling all too well. Well, yeah. I think we definitely should, Ben. I think definitely after like Rogue One and Doctor Strange have all been released and everything, I think we should definitely get Ming back on and
absolutely
break those down for an episode or something like that.
Definitely down. And you guys are close. If you guys ever want to come up to the store and record there,
cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, it'll be, the table's yours, my friends.
Awesome.
And we also, we'll mention it now too. It's a plug for it while we're recording, so we'll keep it as part of it. Me and another guy actually do a weekly DC podcast where we break down the 5 shows. Which one day we'd have to have you on that as well.
I would love to be on there.
And talk all these DC shows every week, and we also give like comic book recommendations, pertaining to whatever the storyline is for the week and things like that. So you'd be perfect for that.
That's awesome. I look forward to being on there.
Yeah, and like I said, Comic Book Man comes back to AMC this Sunday at 12:40 a.m. Is that going to be its normal time, or is that just because of the extended?
No, it'll be on at midnight after that. So they're doing a 2-hour season premiere of Walking Dead, a 90-minute Talking Dead, and then we come on right after that. So that'll, but that's only for that week. We'll be back on our normal time at midnight on Sundays.
Okay, cool. And you can follow Ming on Twitter at Ming Chen 37. Yep. You can follow Comic Book Men at Comic Book Men AMC, and then also the Secret Stash is at _Secret Stash. And if you're ever anywhere near Red Bank, New Jersey, just swing on by the Secret Stash and check out some of their comics.
We'll be there.
Yeah, Ming, this was an absolute blast, and we'll definitely have you back on again sometime, and look forward to seeing you again out at one of the cons.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for listening to the Showcast. We'll see you for the next episode. Take care.